Hello, family. I'm in such a good mood today. I was able to watch 2 episodes of Flowers in the Attic Saga, The Origin. Now, I'm not going to review it. I am just blown away by how well it is, like how how good of a job that they did putting it together and putting it out. I absolutely love V.C. Andrews, the author, and have read many of her books. And it is so exciting to see this particular book being put on screen. You know, like it's a joy to me, being it a childhood. It's one of my childhood escapes, you know. And one of the the very first book that I read from V.C. Andrews was Flowers in the Attic. And basically it was about a mother that had children that were not allowed to be seen by her father. So basically, she had to hide her children in the attic of her grandparents' house or of her parents' house, just so that her grandfather cannot see the kids. And he had no idea they existed, and that's how it was to be kept, because this is what the grandmother wanted. And the grandmother was very mean. And one of the questions was always, why is the grandmother so mean? Why would she allow her grandchildren to be treated like this? Why was she treating her grandkids like this? And there are so many questions throughout the novel. And I would read this story and other stories, because that is not the only story that she had multiple books and different stories, and all of the stories all centered on a young girl who was in a situation that was out of her control, and she had to find herself in it. And sometimes it would be very dark, and other times there would be a lot of sadness, a lot of but you know what though, one thing about her books that drew me in, and mind you, I'd be reading her books at the tender age of 11, between 11 and say 13. I had my head in her books. I'd bring her books to the kitchen table, and get in trouble for it. I'd rush home from school just to read. I'd stay up late after I would go to bed, and be up late in the night reading her stories. They were so captivating, and just the way how she was so detailed. So that drew me in. So it's like I was there. I felt like I was in the story. The way she would describe places and houses and decor and clothing and facial expressions and everything. And I learned a lot actually from reading her books, because her stories took me all over the States. One in particular took me to New Orleans, and I've I've never been there, and to this day, I feel like I have already been there due to her stories. So, yeah, I really enjoy her books and her storytelling, and I am just so excited that I'm able to watch the characters come to life, especially with this particular story about the grandmother, because that's basically what it's about. It's about the grandmother and her story, and it just it goes to show you that you never know, like, you can never tell anything from the surface. There's always a story behind everything. Everyone is carrying a story, and this grandmother, her story is crazy. And although, why is she doing this, why is she doing this, but you never know why people are doing what they're doing. You can start off as like she did, is just a pleasant, upbeat, happy-go-lucky person, and due to the circumstances and the person you are around, you can change into something very ugly, inside and out. You can change, and that's where frequency is very important. And wow, it's amazing. I don't want to give out too much in case you watch it, but or read the books, but they did a very good job. Lifetime actually picked up this series, and so far I'm on episode 2, and I'm just blown away. I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe it just opens up the story to me, and why she was the way she was, and some of the things she went through. She could have avoided them, but due to the circumstances and the time she was living in, which was the 1900s, early 1900s, I think. And there's certain ways that women had to be and act, and there was a lot of pride, especially in wealthy families. So you couldn't just walk away from certain things, and you just had to sweep it under the carpet, and keep going. And kind of reminds me of the world we live in society, and how it was built on a lot of negative things and lies and so much more. And a lot of it is right there. It's right there in front of everybody, but it's like we're being forced to ignore it and keep going, even though it's causing a lot of problems for everyone. But yeah, this is a good series. It's a good book to begin with, and I look forward to see what more, what other stories that they bring to life. It would be very, very interesting and very fun to watch and see. So I hope I didn't ruin it for anybody. I hope I actually enticed you to go and take a look at it, or to pick up the book, or whatever, It's very, very well done. Peace.